I'll let go. Well, no, it popped up on the FCC site. It's canceled. Like, check it. At the FCC. These tickets are going to be appearing on the post office.
Sorry?
Diesel locomotive. You don't have to drive down the way you're going. What's this? I have no idea.
I have an American flag here that we're going to get the guys to hold.
What does it say? USS?
Sure.
Oh, we have an American flag, and I also have the Sea Hunt banner.
Yeah.
So if we can get an American flag. Did you get your breakfast?
More or less. Got it to go. I'll finish it later.
But those are the missile tubes.
That's how they load the missile in through there?
Yeah. Oh, maybe not loading them in through there. Maybe that's for when they launch them. For the exhaust.
That's the right way, Whitey?
Yeah, that's the right way. That looks good.
You want us to get right under the star?
Yeah, right under the star. That's good, right there. Right there, just so you're right in the middle of it. That looks good.
This son was bought on eBay.
Picture with holes in front of the stars.
There you go. That's good. This is one sub visiting another sub, so.
God, this boat is in tough shape.
Ah, well, they all are
Probably
at
built
this
this
point.
way.
It was probably built in 1960.
68.
40 years old, yeah.
But still, I mean, you know, Russian.
Don't drop it in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what these things were. They were obviously weapon deployment, but
No, they were cruise missiles. They flew out. That's why they went out that way. The cover lifted up. Those are blast deflectors. They went off the back end. They were fired off the aft. Those covers lifted up. Okay, here we go. Looks great. Looks great. Take two, Don. Okay. Okay. This is on.
Thank you,
It should be on.
Rubber's still here. Yeah. All right, guys, give you a few things about it. We're standing on what we call the outer hull, and this outer hull is not a pressure hull, so it does not get pressurized under the water. What's below us will fill up with water. You can see all the holes here and so on. If you notice these hatches, some of the escape hatches, various types of hatches, and they're all hinged on this side. Interesting thing, we have a pair of them. Which pair is it? Over there?
These here, right here. The one on the roof, see the one that's open?
Over there, they have a pair of them, which one's hinged on the wrong side, I believe. And that actually wasn't the way it's supposed to be. There was only supposed to be one hatch there. But during the movie, when they filmed it, they'd have guys shooting at them and so on. They had to drop down, drop equipment, drop people through the hatch real quickly. And they couldn't do it with one small hatch, so they built an extra hatch in there. And they claimed that underwater that wouldn't work because the hatch might not close properly, and they hold it open. You see these big red things that you walked in over here, those big red areas? That's was that the blast area for the missiles?
Yes, that's the blast area for the missiles. This, what you're standing on, lifts up.
Yeah, this whole section lifts up and out.
The 2 missiles are loaded here.
And another neat thing they have over here, these 2 things, these big hooks, if they wanted to put new torpedoes in here when they get into the dock, they would take these hooks and lift them up on a derrick. It would lift up the whole front end of the boat. And after the boat got up to about a 35-degree angle, they would slide the torpedoes in, just like loading a muzzle loader, because they couldn't get them in otherwise. The only way they got them in there. And when we go down below, the first place we're going to go to is the torpedo room. There's another torpedo room in the back also. We do have one torpedo. That particular one it's a dummy, so it won't go off on it. They also, and the missiles that they had, those missiles we don't have any. We do have missile control and so on. It's a bunch of things. You got to be very careful when you go through. Do not run. Duck your head frequently. Keep your eyes open. There's a lot of valves and pipes coming down. And if you hit your head on it, you will know it and you'll remember it for several days. When you go through the compartments, you might want to hang on and push your feet through, or if you're kind of real old, your back is bad, put one foot through at a time and so on. And we have to walk down here. We're going to walk on top of some tubes and things like that. It's not really visitor friendly yet, so you just got to be careful with that stuff. We'll be all right. Michael, anything else?
All the switches are inactive. Yeah, all the switches are inactive.
Even the missile launching switches?
The only thing that they ask is do not turn any of the valves, because some of the valves are active.
They don't tell you which ones.
They don't tell you which ones because they probably don't know themselves.
I was hoping we could send a missile to the governor of Rhode Island.
Or the mayor of Providence.
While we're out here, if you look at the tower up above right now, that tower can swing open, and you can see the various types of antennas up there. Those, I believe, would be for the control of missiles.
Yes, this one you're looking at is the targeting antenna for the missiles. It swings around when the sub's moving. It swings right around, and this front is rounded. In the back, if you actually look inside there, you can see the rest of the sonar systems inside. It actually lifts up out of the top hydraulically. There's some big hydraulic cylinders down below. That big around, lift them right up. It's an awesome sight.
How many missiles would this hold?
4.
4?
2 in the front and 2 in the rear. This lifts up this way. The whole deck that we're standing on, and the deck that we walked over in the back, lifts straight up.
Oh, really?
They're thinking about lifting it up, but they have to get a crane to do it because none of the hydraulics are active.
Oh. So would they have to surface in order to fire the missiles?
Yes, I'm pretty sure they would.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would.
Everything was on
A cruise missile.
Right, exactly, it's a cruise.
But they threw me out because I like to sleep with the windows open.
Just to compare, our ships nowadays, our boats can be 60 feet down usually. It's classified information, but most people know 60 feet down they can shoot the missiles from there, and they have a protective cover on top of them. Also, certain kinds, they just release them. They come to the surface. After they come to the surface, then a little motor on it generates them, boom, the thing takes off all by itself. And ours tend to have long wires on them too. They can go up for 10 miles. And after a wire goes up for 10 miles, the boat can take off for 10 miles in another direction on additional wires. You can be 20 miles away when the torpedo detonates, as you see the torpedoes. And I don't know what the ranges were on this. I know it was at least 300 miles, I believe, with the missiles. This is about 285 feet long, and they had about 90-some people all together. When you go through, you're going to see bunks all over the place. They're kind of metal bunks scooped up like you'd find in a jail cell.
Fiberglass.
Very
Fiberglass?
tiny
Sorry,
people.
Fiberglass. And there are staterooms for the people like the captain and such. If you look at the one,
offices are on the first deck down.
and there's at least 3 decks. Actually, you can count 4 if you look at it certain ways. You get way down the bottom where machinery is and where the water slops and so on. And you get way up to the top where they have the radio room.
Do they have a trailing wire for extremely low frequency?
I believe they did.
Yes,
for
they
communications.
did.
I can't tell you for sure, but almost for sure. We also have, if we went by there's a tow rope inside the tower there that you can pull out. They chose not to use that when they towed it down here from Canada because they thought it might break, but it's the original tow ropes inside there. When we go by, take a look at that. And if you're particularly skinny and you want to climb up to the conning tower, you can. As you go up, oh, they want them in there?
You don't need to. The doors are open.
Oh, you go through
The doors
right
are
through the way.
open.
That's what
Instead of climbing through.
That's what they're gonna see. They don't have to climb.
Yeah, they don't have to climb all the way
When you
through.
do go in, there's there's clamps on the sides of the wall you pull down. You can actually make platforms as you go. And if you look at the old pictures of this from recently, there was a wooden cupola on the top, and that's gone now. That does not belong to the sub. That was put there by the people who were towing it to keep the spray out of their face.
Coast Guard required.
Coast Guard required it.
Yeah.
And when you see this in the movie,
Well, it was added to make it look like the Widowmaker, to make it look like the K-19. Because the K-19 is nuclear. This
Right.
is not. This is diesel. They made this sub look like the K-19.
they
for
took the
movie.
whole conning tower and replaced it. They put a big fiberglass one on top of it. So when you see the movie, it won't look like that at all. And they just pulled it off when it was all done. When we got here, the whole downstairs was filled with tools everywhere. Tools, generators, you name it, all the equipment the movie guys use, which they just left it all. It's all there. So that's part of the bargain. All right, you might as well go down. Somebody had a question on it.
Now, I got a question about the radio, the low frequency wire that they put out the back, that would just float on the surface.
I
And-
believe.
I
don't know enough.
We don't know enough
Or
about
just
it.
trails behind it. If you're under
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
we
matter
don't,
if
we
you're
don't know
under
enough
the
about
trails
it.
Yeah?
There isn't enough equipment in here to tell what they had.
Oh, okay.
There's not enough equipment. The radios are empty. The radio sockets are absolutely.
Well, we do it. The radio room has a number of radios. It's all written in Russian. So I can't find out.
They put them in. They put them back.
Put them back.
Because they weren't there before. The radio room
all
has
chopped
nothing
and
in
cut
it.
and just piled up that you and I were in.
Little room way up top. I thought I had quite a
No.
few in it. With two
No,
racks.
the room down.
We'll see what they got. I just want to saw radios up there.
The radio room is behind the fire control room.
Yeah, that's that little room down.
This is actually a no. That's actually
Yeah,
escape hatch.
this looks cool from the
Escape
web.
pod. They've got
Yeah,
this
they
pod and
added
this
that
pod. We welded these.
new ladder.
Someone told me that
We used to
when
go down
went
this
out
one.
to see without if they welded solid. That's really good.
Well, they've added
These
decking too.
pods.
in the last. That all wasn't there. You had to walk on those pipes.
I didn't know we had escape pods on it.
That's great. Yeah. Isn't that like an OSHA problem?
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Code actually came that was the last location. It was a
People come down.
Keep coming, guys. Fill up and pull to the front as far as you can. I'm going to talk just here for just a moment, then we'll go on.
Because I was
For what?
in September for Com Supplement 10.
Should be
I'm
good.
wondering if some of
Hinged, but there's no place for it to go.
They might.
This must push it up there.
We all down?
Nope. But they cut this off for the movie too? Did they cut this panel off for the movie too?
This was actually made by a museum. Right. Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Oh, that's so how they could get into the vodka
Yeah,
bar?
they walked right in here. Actually, the place where they had they ate was well down halfway down here. Wow. That the last person?
No? You guys coming down? 3 or 4 more.
Okay.
Who's next? Come on down, guys.
She was in the way of the camera.
I know it's
Well, I mean, oh.
What do you mean?
It's Honey Dooski.
Maybe someday we can be tour to Saratoga. There you have elbow room. You can play basketball.
Yeah, I know.
You can do wheelies with your car on it, but not here. This is tight. All set? All right, guys. The metal work that you see above your head.
It's rusty.
Yeah, it's rusty. This metal work above your head is the outer hull. The outer hull does not take any pressure underwater because all this area will fill with water. If you look on the outside here, there's some stabilizers here. And you can see the mechanics over here that runs the stabilizers. Those stabilizers have been welded tight so they cannot move. They did that because when they towed this, it was a heck of a tow. It had to come all the way over from Finland, across the ocean, over to Canada, and then back down the coast. From Finland it went to Florida. From Florida to Canada. Canada came back to Rhode Island. So it's been around a lot. So those are tied tight. The prop is also welded tight, so that can't move. These things were to wobble around when they're trying to tow it. They would lose their stability on it. And they also had people on here while they were towing it. The tow rope, I think, was over a mile long, which did break at one time. It had a chain on it so they could then go retrieve it. This hull down here is only about 1 inch in thickness. Typically, ships made nowadays, the U.S., they told me 1 inch, I believe it was, 1.5. We now have 3 to 4 inch thickness for U.S. ships. It's a whole lot less. This could go down to 600 feet anyways, I believe, but not much more than that. It did not go down real far. And it could do about 17 knots under the water, which was relatively fast as these things go. This hole, there was a hole over here. Where's that panel? Right here. That was cut out by the people who had made this into a museum in Finland. This hatch that we're going to go through, if this thing goes under the water, this hatch would not be watertight. This is a hatch that was cut out specifically for the museum. Typically, if you're going to get in and out, you go to those hatches that you saw up above and go straight down into the boat. You would not use this, and they would never walk in this way. All right, we're going in this way because all this has been closed down, and this would have to be opened up. And they haven't decided till you're not sure exactly how they're going to do it. I guess they're going to make some way of getting in way you came in, but a little bit easier because I can't see telling everybody in the world to come in that way.
Yeah, right.
You got a lot of trouble. So you come down here, please watch your head as you come down. We're going to go into compartment, I guess it's 1, and this is the torpedo compartment. As you come down, immediately to your right is where the torpedoes are. If anybody wants to walk over in that area, immediately to your right you can see 6 torpedoes, 6 torpedo launch.
These are the racks?
Yep, these are the utilitarian ones. I'm going to have to back up a little more.
We're going this way. Torpedoes are over there.
Yeah.
Watch your heads, guys. Yeah, if you look to your right, immediately those are torpedo tubes. If you want to go in there, feel free.
Okay.
If you jump off the catwalk, there is not a ladder to get back up, so
Okay.
you better be able to boost yourself.
All right.
Recommend being youthful to do that.
What's down there?
Down here, there's all over the place. You'll see a little access going down, and down there is where we get a little bit of water.
The bilge.
Bilge is down in there, and they don't want you going in there. There's no lighting down there. And you're mostly going to see a rust and stuff like that, and more pipes and so on. I can't tell you too much details on it, but yeah, that's really in the pits. We have at least 3 levels here, though, possibly more. If you look around, you'll see some things written in Russian on here. Lots of valves. You see, there's places where you're going to see things that look like jacks with wheels on them. And what they're really for is when you get kind of deep down and it starts to creak a lot, you start turning those and help them to put reverse pressure on the hull and shore it up. You have to use them too much and the water starts coming in and you're in trouble. I'm going to go through this hatch here. We're going to the second compartment. And this one is the officer's mess.
Officers make messes.
A lot of them, isn't it?
Ooh, somebody came down here and translated stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Should have my son come in. He speaks Russian.
Yeah. Wee, that does go down far. Too bad it doesn't show up on the camera.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ah, perfect
And as we
size.
go along, you can take a look.
So in other words, you want to be like 5'5".
Yeah, you better be short. It's really helpful. They want people who are short and smart and young.
Hey, like me.
There you go. You can't get out of there, though.
Well,
think they had any women in the service.
No, why would they do that?
That usually caused troubles.
Borscht is the only thing on the menu.
Yes. Borscht and vodka.
I think when they first cleaned this up, the original group, they did find a lot of empty vodka bottles in various nooks and crannies all over the place. They told us that, so.
No.
All right, this is where they would have staff meetings. This is also where you would have, if you're an officer, where you would eat. A little while ago, when they first brought this in, there was a very large carpenter's level, about 5 feet long, attached here. We had another carpenter's level going across this way, and those were added by the movie crew. That was their way of making sure that the sub was level and they weren't running into any trouble as it was being towed. So little by little, trying to get rid of everything and anything doesn't belong in here. Everything's electrified. You'll notice that a lot of the original lighting on here does not work. They had their own separate, the Russians had their own separate setup for that, and they're not activating that. It's not activating it at the moment. I don't know if it wasn't, it was DC, I believe, and most of the lighting that they put into here is AC stuff. A little while later, you're going to see some generators. They're very large generators. You'll see them on one side and the other, and that's what the movie crew used to run everything down here. They used it to run equipment they had on board and stuff like that. We're not using that, though. Everything's coming from onshore. But when they were doing the movie, they weren't onshore. They were out in the water oftentimes, so they had to provide their own electricity. As you look in the compartments here, you'll notice that there's storage room, things like that. But even if you're a person who's really high in rank, you got very small places. There's little things that every place you see, there's pieces that protrude into the areas. So, you know, you're constantly sharing. And if you notice that there's, you'll see pictures and so on with a little star on them all the time. Look right over there. I suspect that's a little decorative, like the Russian star. You'll see them everywhere.
When was this first commissioned as a sub?
We think about 1962. They're not sure about that, but right around 62 is a good date. Give it take 2 years or so. And it was decommissioned, we're told, in '94, which is the same time the Saratoga was decommissioned. So this and the Saratoga were at the same time chasing each other. And this thing supposedly did spend time along the eastern coast over here. All right, Saratoga spent most of its time in the Mediterranean, but they claim that these two would have passed each other one time or another. So they've been around. Okay, that's compartment 2. Feel free to walk into any place as you go through. We tried to remove as much stuff that the movie company had here. They had all their sleeping bags, all that kinds of gear here when we came through. Please? I think we'll go down. I think it's the battery compartment. Frank, Kenny, is this the battery compartment next? We're gonna go down here, guys, down below. Be careful, please, again with your head.
The stairs are.
And hold on to the railings.
The stairs are narrow.
Come on down one more, guys.
One more?
Yeah.
We're really getting down to it now.
Yeah, we're getting down the bottom.
These stairs are annoying.
This roof is low. Alright guys, this entire area was filled with batteries at one time, so this is what you'd use when you're under power, underwater. This area is not the way it looks. Notice that there's paneling going around the walls. When this was in Finland, it was part of a park in Finland. And this park, they had a lot of amusements and people would go there and shop and so on. This is one of the amusements there. And when they walked in, if they wanted to have come in and eat, they'd come down into here to eat. All the food was catered and brought in. It had a real ceiling on here also. The ceiling's been removed. And what we're trying to do is get this back more like it originally was. The wooden area you see on the right here, I'm not sure if this is correct or not either, but that did have a lot of their bunk cushions on top. There may have been bunk room here, I'm not sure. There would have been a lot of gassing off, I suspect. I don't think it would be a good place to be with batteries in here.
No, I don't think they had bunks down here.
What was this room originally?
Originally it had nothing but batteries. This is the battery compartment. And this kept them going when they're underwater. And it was tons and tons of batteries. So they got all that out of here and they just used it to cater to people. They had little tables in here and so on, the music going, and you'd eat. All the people come in from outside.
You'll really rock.
You'll see further back there was a kitchen.
When they came, the movie guys came down here, there were 3 crew members that were part of the movie crew. Yeah. And they spent several days taking us through and trying to explain as many things as they could.
Great.
We also did audio tapes of what they said, so we could use that. And they also had logs that they provided us, and they also made a manual with as much information as they could put together.
Watch your head.
Got my hat on. I know we should be wearing railroad hats.
How's the lighting in here?
I don't know, that's the light meter evidently that was left by the people taking the movie.
Ventilation valve.
Does anybody speak Russian?
You don't have to. It's all been decoded for you. Signal of the opening, the something, and vent valves.
Oh, if we push these, the doors, the windows open up?
Windows. I can't see nothing.
Is this some kind of a detector for gases or something?
Yeah, I think it is, because I saw them down half there too. There's 2 or 3 of them all down below.
This looks like something that the gas company uses.
You will see communications gear all around. They had the light on the the voice-operated telephone systems. Those are here also. Every once in a while you look, you'll see them just like you have them.
It doesn't do too well in.
Oh, just might turn those off.
Guys, looking over here, there's a little box over here with a light in it. If we can open it up. This is where they kept their firearms. This is also where they kept their maps. Spare maps would be in here and firearms would be in here. No, it's not a brig.
We're on a boat.
Also, if you notice, there's a lot of little compartment-like things here. A lot of these things around. I'm not sure what they are. I thought they were personal possessions.
George,
Show the Collins sample. I don't know. It's one of the few that has something. If anybody knows what these boxes are, it looks like a hamper. They're all over the place. If you happen to know anything, let me know. But notice
Captain's stateroom here.
Yeah, I mean, better
Behind
off
the camera.
Notice the urethane foam on top of stuff, guys.
Is there a camera mounted to this? Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Supposedly going to be sometime around the release.
Yeah, that's a tight bunk.
How tall are these people?
Somebody told me that they selected people who are shorter. I don't know how valid that is. Short and small. Well, brave.
Oh, that's a nice place to sleep.
No, the tankers. The guys in the Russian tank, all the tank corps, they're all 5 feet tall, 5'2", something like that.
Like jockeys, you know?
Yeah, that's right, sure. They're all small.
She's gonna close the ring on them. So. More bunks over here.
One of the most important people on these things is you want to know how it's coming.
Nice bunks, huh?
Everybody knows everybody's job, that's the whole thing.
Well, there's a lot to know.
Look right here. Where are we?
Shot room on your right, guys. I don't know what this is. What's up top? The radio's up there?
What town are we in?
How far up the river are we?
How far up the river are we? We're in Providence. We're almost.
Are we in a town or
We're
something?
almost.
Trying to find it on
We're
the chart.
far north, always to the terminus of the river.
Almost to the terminus.
Here's Providence up here, so
There's
here's the
some
gas
tanks.
tanks. I think we're down around here somewhere.
Oops.
There's a bridge here.
Check out Periscope.
Is that a periscope up there,
Yeah,
too?
there's 2 periscopes. There's one up top here if you want to
Nope.
go on up. It's tight, but
Here's the bilge alarm. That doesn't look original. 12-volt DC radio panel. There goes Whitey.
Whitey, if you get stuck up there now, well, we're not going to be able to get you out.
What's up there?
You have to call the Ruskies.
Whitey, you're gonna catch that radio.
Oh yeah, you don't want to go up
Wait,
there.
stop.
Is that
All
open?
right.
Was there another
I put that radio on your chest. It might be better.
Is there an easier way to get up there?
No, periscope's rolled
I thought
down.
he said there was something.
Down below.
And this is one of them?
No, that goes up to the conning tower. But there's no way.
Where's the conning tower with respect to us, up or down?
Right above us.
Oh, right above us, okay.
The conning tower is sail above.
Two guidance on your right. You can fit 2 people at a time, probably. That's about
Oh, they're in the
I
chopper.
don't think so.
That VHF kind of works pretty well.
now, where have you guys actually run the radio on board and stuff?
Yeah, we operated from that.
Right, you want?
Oh, you're already up all the way up there, huh?
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's where we were. Okay,
we operate.
that looks like a good place.
Actually,
We're getting into the meters.
Where's all the steering wheels and stuff you see in these?
Actually, those things there, they don't have the big steering wheels. Well, actually, the big steering wheels are way back.
Yeah, that's where they drive the thing?
Yeah, these guys just talk back to them.
Oh, these guys do what they people up front tell them to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's in here?
Fire
I
control
think that's
for
also that's radar. I
each
think.
missile had its
Radar.
own individual.
Fire control?
Yeah,
Yeah.
its own individual. So I
Might
guess
be the
if you
guy
knocked out
missile
one,
one.
you didn't get the other. They
Yeah.
figured, spread them out.
Yeah.
There's the exhaust snorkel.
Although I think if you hit this with a nuke, you vaporized it anyway. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, way
Well,
worse.
this is 60s technology.
Oh yeah.
You know? So,
I think the sub was originally commissioned in 58, 50.
I guess it's the radio room down here.
Yeah, this is the radio room. Right there. That's the radio room. Yeah. This here. This is your radio room.
Just gone down? They say it's the radio room. I don't think they heard them.
Yeah, it is. Because there's a corridor that runs along.
what's that compartment there, Al, that you just come out
It's
of?
either radar or a sonar type operation.
That's like when you get down behind one of the
They got a circuit diagram here for you if you want to.
video arcade. It's fire control, but I mean, it's all screens. It's like a video.
I don't think that's particularly careful. Oh, here we go. We can shoot something.
They chopped and took whatever. You guys had a hard night. And it would be overcrowded. If you were both in it, seriously, if you were both in it, it would be overcrowded.
Okay, time to go to house.
That's the radio room, by the way.
Radio
No,
We lost the rest of the group.
that is the radar there. That's the hydraulic system for the radar.
Pretty positive.
My best
Oh, there's a comfy chair. There's a, I was here before, this isn't original either, you know why? I learned about this one from Mike.
There's no food in it.
The real ones. See what they call for you?
Gyro room, and it appears to be a radio room also, so it goes for quite a distance when I come down.
Yeah, it's
This
like a,
launch room is like a big Atari station.
yeah, it's like a video game. It's like a
Oh,
video,
okay.
like a video
Video
arcade.
arcade.
It's like a.
This,
No, but this
this is one of radio rooms, I believe. You can just barely make it out.
You'd be surprised, camera will take.
You can see the coax. You can see the coax fittings and so on. They cut most of them coming in over here.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the stuff was down on the floor. They lifted it up on us. Some you got bunks in here.
Oh, this is the radio room.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any lighting in here.
That's all right, we'll make some light right now.
Yeah.
Can you see with that? Does it make light? Is everybody coming down?
What are these things here?
That's missile launch in there. You can see all the controls when they did that
That
from.
is the radar dish. That's the hydraulic system for the radar dish.
That goes in for another 30, 40 feet.
Oh, carpeted floor.
There's actually a berth in there too.
They lived high up the horse.
They opened this door, huh?
Oh, here's a secret in here.
We want to launch missiles right through there. You'll see those positions for it.
Look at that.
Where are the missiles? You still got to go all the way to the right.
Wow.
You know,
Oh, wow.
this is scary to think that we lived in a time when they something like this. was
Right off the coast.
Wow, this is all closed off last time I was here.
Where's the two keys you have to use?
It's just those two triggers. You just need two hands.
Oh no,
You need a
we've been
three-handed
down
guy, right?
here. We've been down here. We went through here. That's right.
Yeah, we've been down here. I was wondering what.
Yeah, we've been down here. We went through that ladder over there.
Yeah, we went up forward, yeah.
No, they opened that hatch, but that hatch at one time was welded shut. The one we came through. There's further stairs. This is how you get. You know when the captain falls out of his office, his bedroom there. You get in through there. That was the original opening. This opening was just missile back? Yeah. Yep. These are the control for it. You have to probably do a few at a time on that. I don't know. Can you refresh it? I can.
Yeah, I get a guy, he wasn't on this ship, what we were paying him.
Yeah. Explain everything to us. How everything happens.
That would take a while.
Except your problem, the only problem with that is they probably don't go
Oh, I stood on top of that.
Yeah, but there's some stuff that you can actually talk to people with there. Hey, how'd you get down there?
Oh yeah. You have to go aft and come down.
Yeah.
Down the ladder.
Or I could slip this up.
Hey, I see coax.
Yeah.
End connectors. Well, they look sort of like end connectors. How do you open it? Ooh. Empty. Just a control panel. Uh-oh. I can't get it closed.
Right, got that.
Don't get lost, see? Do you notice the missile launch and stuff here? They have almost like joystick triggers on all the things.
Right.
Huh? For firing them, yeah.
You hook your radio up?
Well, each one of them has its own setup, missile.
Bottom side of the periscope.
Is it a periscope or is it some kind of hydraulic stuff?
I think it's periscope. Oh, maybe it's the hydraulics for opening that radar dish?
Yeah.
That could be.
This is the most interesting part out here.
Yeah.
They have almost have those triggers and handles like a kid's joystick game, you know?
Well, that's what they have on ships today. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they have. They've been advertised for kids that are good in computer games.
Yeah.
Missile launch room. Missiles were launched from this room. They could also be guided to their targets during their flight if needed. The submarine had 4 cruise missiles. Each of them could carry 3 nuclear heads or 1,000 kilograms of high explosives. The nuclear heads could have destroyed Scandinavia with one strike. The new missiles could fly 1,500 kilometers. Each missile had its own control desk, equipped with a radar screen and a joystick. Technology is from 1960. Missile officer has his quarters in the rear room. I saw that. He and the captain had the keys to launch the nuclear-tipped missiles. Both keys were needed simultaneously. They were not allowed to see each other during normal circumstances. This was to avoid the possibility that they both lose their minds simultaneously.
Tell you what that tube is. There's a fire. There's a one of these gyroscopes. Inside this tube, they actually had a guy in there. And if the boat ever started taking on water, they would shut him in there. Because it's just, I'm not exactly sure. They said it was one of these gyros. You can see in there. You got a flashlight. You can see it. This door opens right here.
It is open.
There's a seat in there with one of these big things like this. I don't know exactly what it's for, but I know they said if it started taking on water, they shut that.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shut that hatch and lock him in there. He would not come out.
There's another hydraulic thing like this. Up there. What was that one?
For the radar system. Remember, there's 2 radar systems in the sail.
yeah.
You've got the front radar system.
Okay, so that was in the front.
That radar system that you see in the front lifts up, but it's all. Can you open it?
Well, the index, I'm running into that pipe before the ring cleared.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
See cabling.
Yeah.
You can't really see. You can see from the other side.
Serious pressure bulkheads, though.
Yeah, you can see. You can see from the other side.
Same type of hatch that we use on the missile tubes. I don't know if we copied them or they copied us or.
Yeah.
I'm sure we swapped those back and forth.
Oh, they're taking almost everything out, huh?
I think they're just cleaning it. It was all there, so they're just cleaning it. Yep. I'd be willing to bet somebody took it and ran it through the dishwasher.
Yeah, this is the ones on the World War II are actually smaller than this. A little bit long, just longer and thinner if you go over the line.
The only shower on the boat when the boat was active.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy got locked in there on the boat.
For the whole crew, huh?
For the whole crew. The only active shower.
It says dust crumb. No wonder. Yeah, I can imagine that's why. It would be kind of crummy with only one on the...
These were put on by the movie company.
Oh, these?
Yep. All of this was put on by the movie company.
For generators? For power?
Yep, for power, yep. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's running air through it.
We need some air in here.
Yeah.
Where did everybody go?
When do you guys work?
This is.
When do you guys, are you guys here on the weekend most of the time?
7 days a week.
Yeah. I can't come during the week, but I'd like to come maybe on weekends. Sure. A couple weekends to be in here. I can't do much, I don't know, I'll do this, but we're cleaning and painting to help you paint.
Yeah. On our subs, this bulkhead right here is as far aft as we go.
You had to work in the engine room to be in the engine room?
Anything in the nuclear area is classified.
Ah, yeah.
And it wasn't covered on my ticket.
Yeah. Wow, this is all new, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? This new?
Okay.
No, we're just cleaning it.
Wow.
Ingains.
Wait a minute, this didn't, did this look right? Why did this not look right? Maybe because it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got plenty of steam generator, we got that running.
Yeah, maybe because it's clean. This room looks different.
Just another operating station.
Yeah.
This is the next to last compartment. Anything special about this, Jim?
This is the motor room.
Motor room.
Right down here. The diesels back there are 3,500 horsepower diesels. Okay, these motors right here, these are electric motors that actually drove the ship.
Yeah.
They're 3,000 horsepower, electric motors.
See, Jim knows that about it.
Yeah.
Jim, and the diesels only have 2 regular and 1 backup, was it?
No, there's two regular diesels back there, and then the one in the middle is the generator.
Oh, that's the generator.
For charging the batteries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they removed the top on one of them. So you can see.
Well, two of them. The starboard engine's got plexi on it, and the one in the middle there, that's the little diesel engine. That's a 2,000 horsepower for the generator. And as far as we know, these port engine, they had that running in 2000.
Yeah, so they're probably in good shape.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any plans to get them going.
No. As soon as I get that thing going, then the ship's got to get registered.
Yeah, you don't need that.
As a vessel that can get underway, no. No, I'm already having enough fun with the first part, I haven't go through that.
Jim is basically in charge of taking care here. He does all security for it. He's working on it all the time. Right now he's wiring it up for audio.
Oh, and Wednesday I retire from the Navy.
Are they putting fire alarm in here too? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, the red wire is going to be fire alarm and CO, carbon monoxide.
All right. Yeah, because it's pretty close area, isn't it?
And then she set the record for staying submerged. She was
Voluntarily or not?
Well, she went down and she stayed down for almost 800 hours. She wasn't really doing anything, but she sat for 800 hours.
There, it's
6
a little
weeks.
stale that long.
Real stale.
But this is about to set the record. And I bet it was nice and stinky when they...
That's what I said. Did they do it voluntarily, or did something go
No,
wrong?
they did it. They wanted to set the record. You know, kind of like why do people climb Mount Everest?
Yeah, how many people can you fit in a phone booth?
Same thing. How many can you put in a Volkswagen Bug?
Did Ken ever ask you what are those aluminum containers? The containers that are like all through the boat. They look like rag containers and stuff like that.
I know what you're talking about. Those are CO scrubbers.
What's that?
CO2 scrubbers.
Remove the carbon dioxide from the air.
Remove carbon dioxide from the air.
In the box?
Yeah, so
and one of them actually has one of them in there.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Because Ken didn't know. Ken was asking about that.
But that's what they are. We thought they were like OBAs or something.
What's that? Let's see.
And then the other things you saw around the boat that they're gray. They come down. They almost look like a stovepipe hat, kinda.
Yeah.
Those are hydrogen burners. They're called hydrogen
For the
gas
battery.
unit.
Yeah.
Those are all hydrogen burners.
What are those things?
These valves
For?
your ballast.
I didn't see these.
There's a lot of those around the ship.
Yeah.
There's 14 tanks. There's 14 ballast tanks.
One of my guys took a nice picture of it, stitched it all together.
No, it wasn't. But that didn't need to carry 4 nuclear missiles either.
I know, yep. I think George worked here. I think he was working at that. Oh, no, I did work. You were down there.
They were changed again.
You worked him for, yeah, that was your work.
What's changed now?
At one time the rope went that way.
Oh.
And actually the ladder came down from that way, but they welded this whole back section because at one time right here you could just rock.
Oh.
you were walking. This whole section is all new, all the way around. Because at one time the hole went this way. You walk through here, and it was just rubber. You would sink in as you were stepping to it. So.
Oh yeah, that's what those whole holes are there for the rubber to go over it. Oh, I see.
Oh, go easy. Go watch the shot. You can go up in here.
Go ahead.
You know the airplane frequency?
Jeff's looking for it.
Yep. That's it.
Oh, radar dish.
Yep, that's a big radar dish. All the hydraulics down below.
Uh-huh. So it just goes up through these boards here?
Yep, that does.
Now this is all exposed when they're submerged?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, the water pass through. Exposed. This is all water.
Oh, wooden deck.
Yeah, not really, but yeah, I guess it is wooden, huh?
Yeah. Surprising.
Yeah, I don't know if it's real, but okay. The periscope.
We get up there? Oh, we
Yeah,
can.
there's a ladder right here. Just that takes us all the way down where they.
Oh, that's where they were climbing up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but there's another level there that we
Yeah,
didn't
there's
go
another
to.
level in there.
What's in there?
I know. I have never been down there. I don't know.
Oh,
I'll go.
I gotta take a look.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Watch out. Let them go by.
Yeah. Oh. So I can.
One level down in the tower here. Not too much to see.
Just there. That's another antenna.
I know Whitey was coming up
The
from there.
VHF antennas were put on by the Coast Guard. Because of the Coast Guard reasons. They work, I know, because I hooked a 2-meter radio up to them.
Do it before.
Yeah, that right there was all put on by the film company.
All this stuff up top
That's
here?
not original.
Coming.
You've been all over this thing now, huh?
Uh-huh.
Pretty much.
I found the 2 ways to get to here and everything else.
Yeah, from down below and up above here, yeah?
Mhm.
Boat doesn't move very much when the waves come in. There he is.
Here I am. Oh, what they did here.
You gotta get a Juliett hat. Wearing his salami hat. He's got the spray shield. Radar. All turned around backwards. Have to go check that out.
But I mean, at least it's round. This is what's out front.
Yeah, it turns around.
Scoop now.
Doesn't stink like the Salem.
So this must lift up right here.
this whole thing.
Excuse me, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, down to the end here.
Like when cold boots out there, the office still work. Well, you can't get there from here. Take that exit. Only when that forms, you just keep going straight. That is. So what's right over the right into the light? So basically go right to the center. There's only 2 roads on that. That's the day everybody goes to the beach. Oh yeah, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is today you're going to Okay, now here, where is this sub going to end up?
Goat Island.
No.
Beyond Goat
Island?
Yeah,
The other
just
side
a
of
little
Newport?
bit beyond
It's gonna end up
Goat.
there,
There is
and
an
the
island, there's
Saratoga's
nothing
gonna stay
there.
there.
It used to be just bunkers where they kept munitions.
Oh, okay.
And they tied her up there so that nobody could.
Saratoga, we wanted to bring it once.
Yeah.
Saratoga? It's at the neighborhood.
It's in Newport.
Yeah,
It's in Newport. I know that. It was,
It's
yeah,
yeah,
we wanted to bring it
Middletown
to
on an
Newport.
island. You can go right up to
Economic
it.
Development Commission
I
gave
thought
us
it
a
was
lease
tied
on
up
that.
to,
We did
Is
not
it
renew
up
the
at the
lease
where
this
the
year.
Walk College is?
We
Yes,
did it
two
because
grades.
there are
No,
two
no,
birds.
it's further up.
It's
South
not
Side.
tied.
Yeah, it's not tied. Yeah.
It's further up than the walk.
Where they used to have the Coast Guard
They
kind
also
of
took
tied
the
up,
bird
the
that
big
we
one?
gave
Yes,
to us.
it's
We
the
were
Coast Guard. Right.
We're locked
The
out.
Coast Guard, the
The other company that wasn't in there.
I'm
sure she wants to talk to all of us.
Right there,
To get this thing off.
She's kind of hot. She needs a drink of water.
she's had some. Right, that's your next.
No swimming.